peep this fly sweater I have on because I'm trying to show y'all I'm not like those other lawyers. I'm a cool lawyer. I'm giving fashion, taste, uniqueness. Like, do you see? What's poppin', y'all? It's Finesse Choir, and I'm back with episode 2 of season 2. The title of this episode is called Ciara's Prayer, and it was inspired by Summer Walker's album that debuted in 2021 and actually went #1 and had a song on it called Ciara's Prayer. Ciara's Prayer is basically a prayer that all women in the stratosphere are throwing out to God to somehow land a man similar to the one that Ciara has, or to be in any way, shape, or form similar to Ciara. So this episode is going to detail the 5 people whose prayers I really, really want, and who I think other people would want as well. So let's get into it. Dun 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 dun! The first person is none other than Ciara. This beat is automatic. So not a funky crush. Ciara is just so beautiful. She's fit, she can dance, she can sing, she acts like
she is the moment. Now come on now.
Anyways, Ciara is married to Russell Wilson. He uplifts her, cherishes her, admires her, is everything that you want in a husband, a man, and a father. Just as Ciara is everything you'd want in a woman, a wife, and a mother. They're absolutely beautiful together, and Ciara went from an extremely toxic relationship to an extremely beautiful one. And we want to know what's in the sauce. We want to know the cheat code. We want to write it down. We want to make a list and check it twice. Either way, Ciara is the first person whose prayer we want. The second person is Jeremy Meeks. And I'm actually going to read his bio on Wikipedia because some of you might not know who Jeremy Meeks is, but he's basically the felon that went from rags to riches. I just have to let this story be known because I think it's one of the greatest stories in American history. This is what the bio says. Jeremy Ray Meeks, born February 7th, 1984, is an American fashion model. A former member of the Crips street gang, Meeks first came into prominence after his arrest in 2014 during gang sweep Operation Ceasefire in Stockton, California, after which police posted his mugshot on Facebook. He was convicted of federal charges of being in felon possession of a firearm and grand theft. Upon his release from Mendota Federal Correctional Institution in March 2016, Meeks began a modeling career. He made his fashion debut in a Philip Klein fashion show. He's also been in New York Fashion Week. You know what's also most impressive that's not even in this? He impregnated a billionaire, Chloe Green.
This is crazy.
If you look at your roster and your stat sheet, the fact sheet, the history books, I'm sure a lot of people don't got a billionaire on there, let alone a baby mama that's a billionaire. Thousandaire. It's just broke. I want to know what Jeremy Meeks did because he went from jail to Fashion Week.
Wow, what a moment. I will never forget.
That's pretty impressive. That's a glow up. That's a glow up for the history books. And that just needs to be recognized. Third, and extremely obvious, Jeff Bezos, the person we all love to hate, most hated man in America, worth $204 billion. Probably more since the last time I wrote this and checked that statistic. But he owns Amazon, which is one of the most, if not the most powerful company in the world besides like oil and gas and big pharma. How do you get that much money? I just want to know. Or potentially just give me a little bit, just a tiny bit, so I can start my own business. $204 billion is so much money. Did you know that every 1 in 150 employees in the US is an Amazon employee? That's an insane number. One that we should be way more concerned about than we actually are. Anyways, Jeff Bezos is the other person whose prayer we just want. I mean, it's the one that makes the most sense. He's just so wealthy, I just need it. The next person is Mackenzie Scott. And some people might not know who our girl is because she used to be known as Mackenzie Bezos, but she's the definition of get the bag and flip it and tumble it. Get the money and dip. I mean, that's what she did. She got so much money off of that divorce. And not only did she get the money, she gave it back. She literally donated millions and millions of dollars to HBCUs, one of which donations was actually $35 million to Howard University. And I actually wrote a letter to Howard, which many of you supported, which I really, really appreciate, encouraging them to allocate the money into athletics. Every time you get a divorce, usually it's messy, it's terrible, and I'm not saying that hers wasn't, but imagine just coming out of it with hundreds of millions of dollars. So, Mackenzie Scott, you are a hero in our eyes, and we absolutely love you. The fifth person is someone that I literally cannot leave out because God is their biggest fan. The fifth person is none other than Beyonce Knowles Carter.
You are Beyonce. And as
Now, God is definitely a Beyonce fan, and the reason I included Beyonce in the list is because there is a long list of people that have ever spoken negatively or done something against Beyonce, and in their career, lives, something crazy has happened to them. And I'm just gonna run off a few examples. Remember when Wendy Williams was up on the show talking mess about Beyonce? Boom. 3 days later, she passes out on her show. Crazy. I'm not saying the two are linked, but every time someone talks about Beyonce, something else happens. Boom. Carrie Hilson. She tried to make that diss track about Beyonce. We ain't heard of her since Pretty Girl Rock. I ain't been Pretty Girl Rocking since early 2000s. Yeah, she came from Beyonce. Now we don't even know who she is, but she making a little comeback. We still root for you, Carrie. We see you. The next person is Rachel Roy. We was so mad when we heard about Jay-Z's affair on Beyonce. We canceled Rachel Ray by association. We flipped the O and the A. We was just mad canceling anybody with the name Rachel. So all I'm saying is there's a girl at Howard who was talking about Beyonce. She said, yeah, Beyonce doesn't really know how to dress. She came to get her award the next day at school. Her name was spelled wrong on the award. God is a Beyonce fan. Don't get caught lacking. The other person that is not in this video, and you might be wondering because if you know me, you know that my favorite person in the world is Nicki Minaj. She's not in this video because she is gonna get her own video about all of the influence that she has had. She had everybody from here to Asia rocking full bangs. The ugliest hairstyle in the world, we was rocking it just because Nicki had it. But either way, all 5 people are people who we just love, people whose prayers we need. Even if we don't love them, we'd love to hate them, just like Jeff Bezos. That is the most hated. We really love to hate him. If you ever want to just pray for me, or just pass a prayer to the homies, we could all use it. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode. Never forget about the art of finesse.